God, we're finally here at the end of this day, and we're coming to you the way we are, not the way we wish we were. The hours have been loud in our minds, even if the room around us is quiet now. We've carried conversations, responsibilities, and little worries that piled up without asking permission. Some of us feel tired in a simple way, and some of us feel tired in a deeper way. Like our thoughts have been running ahead of us all day. So we come close to you and we ask you to meet us gently. Help us settle into your presence and help us stop fighting for control long enough to rest. God, we admit we don't always know how to turn the day off. We can lie down and still feel like we're standing in the middle of everything we didn't finish. We can try to be calm and still feel that inner pressure to figure it all out. But right now we don't want to keep carrying what's too heavy. We're asking you to take what we cannot fix before sleep. We're asking you to quiet the part of us that keeps reviewing, replaying, and rehearsing. We don't want to be our own guard tonight. We want you to be our safety. We ask for protection, God, not in a dramatic way, but in the real way we need it. Protect our home, the place where we rest, the doors we lock, the rooms we walk through. Protect the spaces where we feel most exposed when the lights go down. Protect the people we love, whether they are near us or far away. Protect the parts of our lives we can't see clearly, the things we're unsure about, the situations that make us uneasy, and protect our minds from running wild in the dark, making problems bigger than they are, making tomorrow feel impossible before it even arrives. God, you know what kind of day this was. You saw what we handled well and what we didn't. You saw the moments we stayed patient, and you saw the moments we felt sharp, rushed, or overwhelmed. You saw the things we said out loud, and you saw the things we kept inside because we didn't know how to put them into words. We're not trying to impress you tonight. We're not trying to perform strong faith. We're just coming honestly, asking you to cover us with your care in a way that feels steady and close. We ask you to forgive us for the ways we've tried to do life without you today. Forgive us for the moments we depended on our own strength and then wondered why we felt empty. Forgive us for the times we let fear set the agenda. Forgive us for the times we spoke in anger, or withdrew in pride, or carried silent resentment. Clean our hearts, God, not so we can pretend we're fine, but so we can rest without that unsettled feeling inside. Let your forgiveness land in us as something real, something that brings relief, something that makes space for peace. And God, as we're coming down from the day, we want to name what's been bothering us. Some of us have been anxious about money, about bills, about what we need and how we'll get it. Some of us are worried about health, about symptoms, about appointments, about things we don't understand. Some of us are carrying stress from work, from school, from family expectations, from problems that don't neatly end at 5 o'clock. Some of us are worried about relationships, about distance, about conflict, about being misunderstood. You already know all of this, God, but we're bringing it into your light anyway because we don't want to keep holding it alone. We ask you for protection over our thoughts as we fall asleep. Guard us from the kind of fear that sneaks in when we're tired. Guard us from old memories that show up uninvited. Guard us from imagining the worst, from assuming we're alone, from believing that one hard season means everything will stay hard forever. When our minds try to spiral, pull us back. When our thoughts try to accuse us, correct them with your truth. When we feel exposed or vulnerable, remind us that you are near, and that your care does not depend on how well we did today. God, we also ask for protection over our hearts. Keep us from carrying bitterness into the night. Keep us from feeding anger in the quiet. Keep us from clinging to what hurt us, as if replaying it will somehow make it better. Give us the strength to release what we can release right now. Give us the wisdom to leave some questions unanswered for a few hours. Help us accept that rest is not laziness. Rest is trust. Rest is saying, God, we believe you can work while we sleep. So teach us that kind of trust again, even if we have to learn it slowly. We invite you to be Lord over this night, God. Be Lord over what we hear, what we think, what we feel, what we dream. If there is anything that would try to disturb our peace, block it. If there is anything that would try to attach itself to our minds with fear, drive it away. If there is anything that would try to bring confusion, heaviness, or panic, replace it with steadiness and clarity. We ask for your protection in a way that reaches deeper than our locks and alarms. We ask for the kind of protection that comes from your presence, the kind that makes us feel safe even when we can't explain why. God, we remember that you are the one who neither slumbers nor sleeps, and that matters to us right now because we do get tired, we do drift off, we do lose focus, we do wake up and worry, but you stay awake over our lives, not with irritation, not with distance, but with faithful attention. So we place ourselves under that care. We place our families under that care. We place our homes under that care. We place our tomorrow under that care. We don't need to predict every outcome to be protected. We need you, and you are here. So as we begin this night, we ask you to draw a boundary around us that fear cannot cross. Let your peace settle over our minds like a steady covering. Let your love be the loudest voice in this room. Let your truth be stronger than our worst-case scenarios. And if we wake in the night, remind us that we're not in danger just because it's dark, and we're not alone just because it's quiet. Remind us that you are with us and you will keep us, and you will bring us into the morning in your time and in your care. And God, with that reminder in our hearts, we bring you the things we keep trying to manage after the lights are off. We confess that we're scared sometimes, even when we don't say it out loud. We can look fine during the day and still feel that shaky place inside when night comes. We can laugh, function, and keep moving, and still carry a quiet fear that something could go wrong. That bad news could come, that we could lose something we love. So we're not going to pretend tonight. We're going to hand you our fear because it's too heavy to keep holding, and it's not what you want for us. God, we confess the ways worry has become a habit for us. We don't always choose it on purpose, but it shows up fast. It shows up when we think about tomorrow. It shows up when we remember what happened before. It shows up when we feel responsible for people and situations we can't actually control. We confess that we sometimes believe our worrying is the same as being prepared, and we know that's not true. We can worry all night and still not be able to change anything. So we're asking you to break that pattern in us, not by shaming us, but by strengthening us. Help us practice trust in the quiet hours, when there's no one to impress and no problem we can solve right now. God, we also confess that we carry fear about our safety and the safety of the people we love. We think about accidents, mistakes, and things we didn't see coming. We think about the world outside our walls and what we can't predict. We think about the people we care about who are traveling, working late, or dealing with hard situations. And we don't want to live in paranoia, but we also don't want to ignore our need for you. So we ask you plainly, cover us. Cover our loved ones. Cover the places we can't reach. Be present in every situation we're tempted to obsess over. Put your hand on what we cannot touch. Put your peace where we cannot go. God, we confess fear about our minds too. Sometimes we're afraid of what we'll think when everything is quiet. Sometimes we're afraid of the memories that come back when we're tired. Sometimes we're afraid we'll start spiraling and won't be able to stop. We confess that we've had nights where our thoughts didn't feel like friends, nights where we replayed conversations and second-guessed ourselves, and felt the weight of everything we didn't say perfectly. Tonight, we're asking you to guard our minds with steadiness. We don't need flashy experiences. We need a calm mind that can rest. We need thoughts that don't turn cruel. We need the reassurance that you can hold us even when our minds feel messy. God, we confess fear about our bodies and our health. Some of us are carrying concerns we haven't fully shared with anyone. Some of us are waiting on answers. Some of us are dealing with ongoing issues that make us feel tired and uncertain. We confess that it's hard to rest when we feel unsure about what's happening inside us. So we're asking for protection over our health tonight. Give us rest that helps us. Give us strength for whatever we're facing. Guide us to wise choices, good care, and the right help at the right time. And while we sleep, keep us from reading every sensation as a threat. Keep us from imagining the worst. Help us trust that you are with us in our weakness, not disappointed in it. God, we confess fear about provision. We worry about what we need, what we owe, what we can't afford. We worry about stability. We worry about the future. We worry about whether we'll have enough. And sometimes we feel ashamed for worrying, but shame doesn't help us. So we bring the need itself to you. We ask you to provide. We ask you to open doors that need to open, to close doors that would harm us, and to guide us into steady, honest provision. Help us be responsible but not consumed. Help us plan but not panic. Help us do what we can in the daytime and release what we cannot do at night. God, we confess fear about relationships. Some of us feel tension with someone we live with. Some of us feel distant from someone we love. Some of us feel misunderstood, ignored, or judged. Some of us are trying hard and still not sure if it's enough. Tonight, we ask you to protect our relationships, protect our words from becoming weapons, protect our hearts from hardening, protect our homes from ongoing conflict. Teach us how to be humble, how to apologize, how to forgive, how to set healthy boundaries without hate. And where there is silence that hurts, bring gentle healing over time. God, we confess the fear that comes from feeling responsible for everything. We feel like we have to stay alert, stay sharp, stay ready. We feel like if we relax, something will fall apart. We confess that we've tried to carry roles that are too big for us. We've tried to fix people. We've tried to prevent every possible problem. We've tried to control outcomes, and it has left us exhausted. Tonight, we lay down the false burden of being in charge of everything. We acknowledge you are God and we are not. We don't say that with distance, we say it with relief, because being human is heavy enough, and you never asked us to be the savior of our own lives. So God, as we confess these fears, we also ask you to replace them with something solid. Give us a sense of your nearness that quiets our panic. Give us the kind of confidence that doesn't depend on everything going perfectly. Remind us that you have carried us before. Remind us that you have made a way before. Remind us that we are not abandoned in the middle of our questions. If our thoughts start racing, meet us there with calm. If our hearts start pounding with dread, meet us there with assurance. If we feel tempted to reach for distraction just to avoid our own minds, meet us there with a deeper comfort that doesn't fade when the screen goes dark. God, we ask you to protect our sleep itself. Protect the space of these hours from being stolen by anxiety. Protect us from nightmares that leave us shaken. Protect us from waking up and feeling immediate dread. Let our rest be a gift, not a fight. Let our dreams be calm and clean, not heavy and confusing. And if we do wake up, let it be easy for us to return to peace. Let it be easy for us to remember, even in the middle of the night, that you are here and we are safe with you. God, we also ask for protection from temptation in the quiet. Sometimes night makes us feel lonely, and loneliness can pull at us. Sometimes we look for comfort in things that don't heal us. Sometimes we're tempted to go back to habits that numb us, but leave us emptier. We confess that we are vulnerable when we're tired. So protect us, God. Strengthen our will. Give us better comfort than the quick fixes we reach for. Remind us that you don't condemn us for being weak, but you do offer us a stronger way. Lead us away from what would harm us, and lead us toward what restores us. And God, we confess fear about the world around us. We see conflict, anger, and uncertainty. We hear stories that make us feel powerless. We confess that sometimes it feels like peace is fragile. But we're asking you to teach us a steady faith that can rest even when the world is loud. Not because we don't care and not because we're ignoring pain, but because we believe you are still God. We believe you are still working. We believe you still protect, guide, and redeem. Help us hold that belief in a simple, everyday way. So tonight, God, we are choosing to place our fears into your hands one by one, not as a one-time performance, but as a real act of trust. We give you what we can name, and we also give you what we can't even explain. We ask you to cover the hidden corners of our lives where worry likes to live. We ask you to protect us from ourselves when our minds try to turn against us, and we ask you to hold us steady as we move deeper into this night, learning again that we are allowed to rest because you are watching over us. And God, as we keep handing you what we're carrying, we ask you for protection in the places that feel invisible, but still affect everything. We know danger isn't always something we can point to with our eyes. Sometimes it's the slow drip of anxiety that wears us down. Sometimes it's the pull toward bitterness. Sometimes it's the way shame tries to settle over us and tell us we're stuck. Sometimes it's confusion, distraction, or a kind of heaviness that makes it hard to hope. So tonight we're asking you to protect us in the deeper ways, inside our thoughts, inside our choices, inside our spiritual life, where the battles aren't loud, but they are real. God, protect us from the kind of fear that pretends to be wisdom. Protect us from calling panic being realistic. Protect us from the habit of expecting the worst just so we won't be disappointed. We don't want to live braced for impact all the time. We don't want to carry a guarded heart into every new day. We want to be people who can hope without feeling foolish. So reshape our thinking tonight. When our minds start building scary stories, interrupt them with your truth. When we start assuming we'll fail, remind us of the ways you've helped us stand before. When we start believing we're alone in this, remind us that you're near and you're involved. God, protect us from intrusive thoughts that show up when we're tired and try to convince us they mean something about who we are. We know our minds can throw all kinds of noise at us. We know not every thought is a message we need to accept. So give us discernment. Help us refuse what is untrue. Help us release what is pointless. Help us not get pulled into arguments with our own minds. Give us the quiet strength to say, that doesn't belong here, and to return our focus to you. We're asking for a steady mind tonight, not because we're trying to prove we're strong, but because we need peace to sleep. God, protect us from the voice of accusation. Protect us from shame that tries to speak like it's the truth. Shame tells us we're a problem. Shame tells us we're behind. Shame tells us we ruined everything. Shame tells us we'll never change. And we confess that sometimes we listen to it more than we listen to you. So tonight, we ask you to silence that voice, not by denying our mistakes, but by covering them with mercy. Remind us that conviction leads us toward you, but accusation pushes us away. Remind us that you correct us because you love us, not because you're done with us. Let us feel the difference in our hearts, and let that difference bring relief. God, protect us from temptation that feels stronger at night. When the day ends, our guard can drop in the wrong ways. Old habits can call out. We can feel lonely, restless, or bored, and reach for things that numb us. We can be tempted to scroll, to binge, to chase attention, to reopen wounds, to restart fights in our minds, to feed cravings that never truly satisfy. We're not asking you to just take away every struggle without us learning anything. We're asking you to give us a way out. Give us wisdom in the moment. Give us the courage to choose what helps us instead of what harms us. Give us a clean conscience at the end of the night, not because we were perfect, but because you helped us choose well. God, protect us from spiritual confusion. Sometimes we don't know what to believe about what's happening in our lives. Sometimes we're tired of questions. Sometimes we're disappointed. Sometimes we've prayed for something, and it didn't happen the way we hoped. And that disappointment can turn into distance. We confess that distance can feel safer than trust, because trust risks being let down again. But tonight we don't want distance. We want you. Even if our faith feels small, we bring it anyway. Protect that small faith. Protect it from cynicism. Protect it from the voice that says nothing matters. Protect it from the lie that you don't care. Keep us grounded in what is true, that you are faithful, that you are present, that you are good even when life is confusing. God, protect us from isolation. Some of us feel alone even when we're surrounded by people. Some of us feel like no one really sees what we're dealing with. Some of us keep things private because we don't want to be a burden. And isolation can make fear louder. Isolation can make temptation stronger. Isolation can make us believe lies faster. So tonight we ask you to draw us back into healthy connection. Put wise people in our lives. Give us the humility to reach out when we need help. Give us the courage to be honest with someone safe. And until those steps happen, remind us right now that we are not alone because you are with us. God, we ask for protection over our home environment. If there has been tension in our rooms, calm it. If there has been conflict in our household, start softening hearts. If there are words we regret, help us make them right in time. If there are patterns in our home that drain us, give us wisdom to change what we can. If there are things happening around us that we can't control, keep us safe in the middle of it. We ask you to watch over our doors, our windows, our quiet spaces. Let this place be a place of rest, not fear. God, we ask for protection over our technology and our attention. We confess how easily our minds can get pulled into chaos late at night. Bad news, angry comments, unhealthy comparisons, endless updates. These things can steal our peace. So help us set it down. Help us choose quiet over noise. Help us choose what strengthens us. Help us not to chase stimulation when what we need is rest. We ask you to guard our attention, because where our attention goes, our peace often follows. God, protect us from resentment. Some of us are carrying anger that feels justified. Some of us have been hurt, and it's hard to let it go. We don't want to pretend it didn't happen. We don't want to excuse wrong. But we also don't want resentment to live in us like a permanent guest. So tonight, begin loosening its grip. Give us the grace to forgive in the ways we can right now, and the patience to keep healing where it takes time. Help us not to rehearse revenge in our minds. Help us not to keep reopening the wound just to feel in control. Protect our hearts from hardening. God, protect us from despair. Protect us from the thought that says nothing will change, or we'll always be like this, or it's too late. We confess how those thoughts can show up when we're exhausted. But we're asking you to hold us steady in hope. Not shallow optimism, not denial, but real hope that comes from knowing you can do new things. Remind us that you work over time. Remind us that healing can be slow and still be real. Remind us that we are not defined by our worst day or our worst season. Put a quiet kind of courage in us tonight. God, we ask you to protect our dreams and our imagination. We don't want our sleep filled with fear, confusion, or old pain. We ask you for clean rest. We ask you for peaceful dreams. And if anything rises up in the night to disturb us, meet us quickly. Let us sense your closeness. Let us remember your name. Let us return to calm without feeling like we have to battle alone. God, we ask you to protect us because you love us, not because we earned it. We're not coming with perfect words. We're coming with honest need. We're asking you to set a guard over our lives tonight, over our thoughts, our choices, our home, our peace. And as we keep moving through this night with you, help us feel the difference between being unprotected and being held. Help us sense that we are covered. Help us believe that we can rest without fear, because you are here, and you are faithful, and you are strong enough to keep us. And God, with that covering over us, we bring you the people and responsibilities connected to our lives, the parts that keep tugging at us, even when we're trying to sleep. We don't live in isolation. Our choices affect others. Other people's choices affect us. We carry roles and expectations, and sometimes we feel like we can't set them down. So tonight we're placing those connections and those burdens into your hands, asking you to protect what matters to us and to hold what we cannot hold. God, we ask for protection over our families, for the people we live with and the people we love from a distance, for parents, children, siblings, and relatives, for the relationships that feel close and the relationships that feel strained. We ask you to protect our families from harm, from division, from bitterness, from cycles that keep repeating. Where there has been misunderstanding, bring clarity over time. Where there has been cold silence, bring softening. Where there has been constant tension, bring calm. And where there has been deep hurt, bring real healing. Not just quick apologies that don't change anything. Teach us how to love well, how to listen, how to speak truth without cruelty, how to set boundaries without hate, and how to keep our hearts open without being naive. Protect the love in our homes, protect the peace in our homes. God, we ask for protection over our friendships. Some of us have friendships that feel like a gift and we're grateful. Some of us have friendships that feel confusing, draining, or uncertain. Some of us feel left out. Some of us feel like we're always the one reaching out. Some of us are carrying disappointment from someone we trusted. Tonight, protect our hearts in these relationships. Keep us from people-pleasing that leaves us empty. Keep us from isolation that comes from fear of being hurt again. Help us choose wise connections. Help us recognize who is safe. Help us be faithful friends without carrying the whole relationship on our backs. And where there are friendships we need to repair, give us humility, timing, and courage to make things right. God, we ask for protection over our work and our responsibilities. Some of us are under pressure. Some of us are overwhelmed. Some of us feel unseen. Some of us are afraid we'll mess up. Some of us are dealing with conflict at work, unfair treatment, or insecurity about our future. Some of us are searching for work or trying to find stability, and that uncertainty can feel heavy at night. So we ask you to protect our daily labor, protect our integrity, protect our focus, protect our reputation, protect us from burnout. Help us do what is ours to do with excellence, and then help us release it when the day is done. Teach us that we are more than our performance, and where we need open doors, open them. Where we need wisdom for decisions, give it. Where we need courage to change direction, strengthen us. God, we ask for protection over our finances. We confess how quickly money concerns can steal sleep. We think about what's due, what's missing, what we need to save, what we can't afford. We think about mistakes we've made, or unexpected costs, or how fragile things can feel. Tonight, protect us from panic. Protect us from shame. Protect us from impulsive choices driven by fear. Give us wisdom to budget, to plan, to be honest, to be patient. Provide what we truly need and help us trust you as we take responsible steps. And protect us from comparing our lives to others. Protect us from feeling lesser because we have less. Remind us that our worth isn't measured in numbers. Remind us that you can provide in ways we don't predict. God, we ask for protection over our health, physical, emotional, and mental. We ask you to strengthen what is weak, calm what is inflamed, heal what is hurting, guide us toward good care and good habits. Give us discernment about what we need to change, what we need to address, and what we need to stop ignoring. Protect us from living in denial and protect us from living in fear. Give us balance. And when health concerns feel scary, help us take them one step at a time. We ask you for rest that actually restores us, not just hours passing by. And we ask you to guard us from spiraling into dread about what might happen. Help us be present with you tonight. God, we ask for protection over our minds in the context of everything we carry. Protect us from mental exhaustion that turns everything into a threat. Protect us from the kind of stress that makes small problems feel impossible. Protect us from constant self-criticism. Protect us from comparing ourselves to others, from feeling behind, from feeling like we're failing at life. Give us a kinder inner voice, not a fake one, but one shaped by truth. Remind us of what we've done well. Remind us of how far we've come. Remind us that growth takes time. And when we feel overwhelmed, help us do the next right thing when morning comes instead of trying to solve a whole life in one night. God, we ask for protection over our future decisions. Some of us are facing choices that feel big. Some of us don't know what direction to take. Some of us feel stuck, like every option has a cost. We ask you to protect us from impulsive decisions made out of fear or loneliness. Protect us from being pushed by pressure. Protect us from making choices to impress people. Give us wisdom, patience, and clarity. And if we don't get all the answers tonight, help us rest anyway. Help us trust that guidance can come step by step, and that you can lead us even when we don't see far ahead. God, we ask for protection over our relationships that feel fragile right now. Marriages, partnerships, families, friendships, and co-workers. Protect us from saying the thing we can't take back. Protect us from reacting out of pride. Protect us from shutting down when we need to talk. Protect us from talking when we need to listen. Help us handle conflict in a way that doesn't destroy trust. Teach us to be quick to apologize and slow to accuse. Give us the strength to forgive where forgiveness is needed, and the wisdom to set boundaries where boundaries are needed, and where reconciliation is possible, guide it with truth and humility. God, we ask for protection over the people we're worried about. Some of us have loved ones who are struggling, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. Some of us have people we care about who are making choices we don't understand. Some of us feel helpless watching someone we love suffer. Tonight we place them in your hands. Protect them, reach them, guide them, provide for them, heal them, and protect our hearts as we care. Keep us from carrying guilt for what we cannot change. Keep us from trying to control what we can only pray about. Give us peace to sleep while you work. God, we ask for protection over our time. Help us use tomorrow wisely, but don't let tomorrow steal tonight. Help us plan when it's time to plan, but help us stop planning when it's time to rest. Protect these hours of sleep from being eaten by anxiety. Protect the quiet from becoming a courtroom where we put ourselves on trial. Protect our night from being filled with mental to-do lists. Teach us to release the unfinished. The world will still be there in the morning, and you will still be God in the morning. So we put our lives, our people, our responsibilities, our health, our money, our choices into your hands again. We ask you to be a shield around what we love and a steady guide for what we don't understand. And as we keep moving deeper into rest, help us feel that we are not holding everything alone. We are held, we are covered, we are watched over with care. And God, with our hearts lighter and our hands more open, we want to speak trust out loud together, even if we don't feel it perfectly yet. We don't want fear to have the final word over this night. We don't want worry to be the loudest voice in our minds. So we're choosing to remember who you are and what you've done, because memory helps our faith stand up when our emotions feel tired. Remind us tonight that we have been carried before, and we can be carried again. God, when we look back over our lives, we can see moments where we didn't know how we would make it, and yet we did. We can see seasons where we felt stuck, and yet something shifted. We can see days where we felt overwhelmed, and yet we were given strength we didn't have on our own. We can see times where the help we needed showed up in ways we didn't expect. We're not saying everything has been easy. We're not pretending we haven't been hurt. but we are acknowledging this. You have been faithful in real ways. You have kept us through things we thought would break us, and that matters tonight because it means we don't have to face tomorrow with panic. God, we trust you with the hours ahead, even the hours we won't be aware of. We trust you with our sleep. We trust you with our breathing in the night. We trust you with the quiet of this room. We trust you with what's outside our walls. We trust you with the people we love. We trust you with what we cannot control. And when our minds try to argue, when worry tries to prove that we should stay on edge, we're asking you to remind us that you are our God. We don't have to stay alert to be safe. We don't have to keep thinking to be protected. We don't have to keep rehearsing the worst to be prepared. We can rest because you are watching. God, we ask you for peace that feels practical. Not the kind of peace that ignores reality, but the kind that steadies us inside reality. Give us peace in our thoughts. Give us peace in our emotions. Give us peace in our home. Let the atmosphere around us be calm. Let the noise in our minds quiet down. When we remember something stressful, help us hand it back to you without grabbing it again. When we feel a fresh wave of worry, help us say, God, this is yours, and mean it. Help trust become our reflex little by little. God, we ask for protection over our night in a way that reaches into our inner life. Protect us from sudden fear. Protect us from panic. Protect us from being startled awake and not being able to settle again. Protect us from the kind of thoughts that try to scare us into staying awake. If our mind tries to tell us that something is wrong when nothing is wrong, calm us. If our mind tries to replay conflict, quiet it. If our mind tries to open old wounds, cover them. If our mind tries to accuse us, correct it. And if we wake up and feel uneasy, help us remember right away, you are here. God, we ask for calm dreams. Let our dreams be peaceful and simple. Let them not be filled with fear or confusion. Let our sleep feel safe. And if we do have a disturbing dream, help us wake up with the ability to release it quickly. Help us not to carry it as a sign of doom. Help us not to attach meaning to it that weighs us down. Let us be able to pray a simple prayer and return to rest. Give us that kind of ease, God. God, we also place our morning in your hands. We confess that sometimes we dread the next day before it even begins. We think about what we have to face, and our stomach drops and our mind starts making lists. But tonight, we choose to believe that you will meet us in the morning with the help we need. We choose to believe we don't have to borrow trouble from tomorrow. We choose to believe that grace will be there when we wake up, not just right now. So protect us from tomorrow anxiety tonight. Keep our minds from racing ahead. Keep us anchored in this moment with you. God, we speak trust over our relationships. We trust you to help us repair what needs repairing. We trust you to give us wisdom about what to address and what to release. We trust you to guide our words when it's time to talk. We trust you to soften hearts where they've become hard. We trust you to protect us from unnecessary conflict. And we trust you to give us the courage to make healthy changes where they're needed. We don't have to solve every relationship tonight. We just have to place them in your hands and rest. God, we speak trust over our provision. We trust you to provide what we need. We trust you to lead us to opportunities, to wise choices, to steady steps. We trust you to help us be responsible without being obsessed. We trust you to calm our fears about money and stability. We trust you to help us live within our limits without shame. And we trust you to make a way when we don't see one yet. Tonight we release the financial worry loop, and we choose to rest in your care. God, we speak trust over our health. We trust you with what we understand and what we don't. We trust you to guide us toward the right care. We trust you to strengthen us. We trust you to help us heal where healing is needed. And we trust you to hold us steady when answers take time. We don't have to diagnose ourselves in the dark. We don't have to research ourselves into fear. We can rest and let tomorrow handle tomorrow. God, we speak trust over our inner growth. We trust you to change us over time. We trust you to keep working in us, even when progress feels slow. We trust you to teach us how to live with more patience, more courage, more honesty, more peace. We trust you to help us break patterns that have held us back. We trust you to help us become healthier and more whole. And we trust that tonight, this simple act of coming to you before sleep is part of that change. It matters. It's not wasted. God, we thank you for the protection you've already given us today, even the protection we didn't notice. Thank you for the moments we were kept from harm. Thank you for the help that showed up. Thank you for the strength that carried us. Thank you for the patience we were given. Thank you for the comfort we received in small ways. Gratitude doesn't erase our problems, but it shifts our perspective, and we need that shift tonight. So now, God, we commit ourselves to your care again, without needing to double-check everything. We are not going to keep watch all night. We are not going to keep rehearsing fear. We are going to rest. We are going to trust. We are going to let our minds slow down and our hearts settle. And as we drift towards sleep, we ask you to keep reminding us in quiet ways. We are safe with you. We are covered by you. We are not alone, and we can finally let go. And God, as we let go more and more, we ask you to bring us into the simplest kind of peace, the kind where we don't have to keep proving anything, fixing anything, or figuring everything out. We're tired and we're ready to sleep, and we want to do it with a calm heart. So we invite you to stay close through these next hours, not as a distant idea, but as the steady presence that keeps us safe. Let this room feel held. Let our minds feel covered. Let our thoughts slow down into something quiet and manageable. God, if there are still pieces of the day clinging to us, help us release them gently. We don't want to wrestle ourselves into rest. We don't want to argue with our thoughts. We want to hand you whatever keeps popping up. One worry, one memory, one unfinished thing at a time, and let it go. When our minds try to jump ahead, bring us back. When our hearts feel uneasy, settle us. When we feel the pull to check, to recheck, to make sure everything is okay, remind us that we already placed ourselves under your care. We don't have to keep grabbing the burden back. God, we ask you to watch over our home through the night. Guard every entrance, guard every quiet space. Guard our neighborhood. Guard the people near us and the people we love who are far away. Let there be peace where we live. Let there be safety around us. And if any sound or moment startles us, help us return to calm quickly. Keep us from spiraling into fear. Keep us from imagining threats that aren't there. Help us remember that darkness is not the same as danger, and quiet is not the same as being alone, because you are here. God, we ask you to protect our minds while we sleep. Keep our thoughts from turning against us. Keep shame from sneaking in. Keep fear from speaking loudly. If we wake up in the middle of the night, meet us right away with reassurance. Let your comfort come to us faster than our worries. Let it be easy for us to pray a few simple words and feel our hearts steady again. We ask you to help our minds return to rest without a fight. We don't want to pace mentally. We don't want to relive conversations or rehearse tomorrow. We want a quiet night. God, we ask you to protect our hearts too. Some of us are still tender. Some of us have carried disappointment for a long time. Some of us have tried to be strong for others, and we haven't had much space to be honest about what hurts. Tonight, hold that tenderness with care. Don't let it harden into bitterness. Don't let it collapse into hopelessness. Give us the kind of comfort that feels steady, not fake. And give us healing over time. The kind that changes how we respond, how we trust, and how we live. God, we ask you to protect our bodies and our rest. Give us sleep that restores. Give us the kind of rest that makes tomorrow more possible. If pain, discomfort, or illness has been weighing on us, be gentle with us tonight. Give relief where you can. Give endurance where you choose to build it. Give wisdom for the steps we need to take in the days ahead. And while we sleep, keep us from being consumed by worry about our health. Help us rest in the truth that you are with us in every part of our life, including the parts that feel fragile. God, we ask you to protect our loved ones. Some of us are worried about someone right now, someone we can't reach, someone we can't convince, someone we can't rescue with our own hands. We place them in your care again. Go where we cannot go. Speak where we cannot speak. Provide what we cannot provide. Guard them from harm. Guide them toward what is right, and protect our hearts from carrying guilt for what is beyond our control. Teach us what loving trust looks like. Teach us to pray and sleep, to care and rest, to do what we can and leave the rest with you. God, we ask you to protect us from the habit of self-protection that keeps us tense. We confess that sometimes we stay alert because we're afraid of being hurt again. We keep our guard up because we don't want to be disappointed. We try to control details because we fear chaos. But tonight we're choosing a better shelter. We're choosing you. Teach us how to relax into trust without becoming careless. Teach us how to be wise without being anxious. Teach us how to let you carry what only you can carry. God, we thank you for being steady. People change, situations shift, feelings rise and fall, but you remain faithful. You don't get tired of us. You don't turn away from us when we're messy. You don't ask us to clean ourselves up before we come close. You meet us here at the end of an ordinary day, in an ordinary room with ordinary worries, and you offer real peace. Thank you for that. Thank you that we can sleep under your care without earning it. God, we ask for a peaceful night from beginning to end. Let us fall asleep without dread. Let us sleep without constant waking. Let the hours pass with calm. And if we do wake, let us wake with quiet hearts, not racing minds. Remind us in those moments that we are safe, that we are covered, that we are not alone. Let our night be protected not just from outside harm, but from inside turmoil. Let our minds be guarded. Let our emotions be settled. Let our home be peaceful. And God, as we move towards sleep, we place tomorrow back into your hands one more time. We don't know what the morning will bring, but we know you will be there. We don't know what we will feel, but we know your help is steady. We don't know what problems we will face, but we know we won't face them alone. Give us wisdom when it's time to act. Give us courage when it's time to speak. Give us patience when it's time to wait. Give us strength for what is ours to carry, and give us humility to release what is not. But for now we choose rest. For now we choose trust. For now we choose to be held. So we lie down in your protection, and we receive your peace, and we sleep in faith. Amen.